Yes, please.
Yeah. Good evening to all the construction professionals who have logged in. We would be starting off with the event. Today we have a very interesting topic, which would be delivered by Dr. Prakash C. SWAIN from Odisha. And he would be talking about one of the topics which is very dear to all the construction professionals, and it is challenges for civil engineers and how to overcome them. I'm sure that many of you would be interested in that. A brief about the speaker. He is a professor at Department of Civil Engineering at VSS University of Technology at Burla, Sambalpur, Odisha. He has more than 30 years of experience in teaching and research. His area of specialization is water resource management using artificial intelligence techniques. He has guided PhD scholars. His research papers were awarded with gold medals, and he is a member of various professional bodies, which includes International Association of Hydrological Sciences, life member Indian Society for Technical Education. He is a member of Indian Society of Rock Mechanics and Tunneling Technology, fellow of Institution of Engineers, and he is also a chartered engineer, a multifaceted personality. So we have a right person to talk about the challenges of civil engineers. We at Ramco Cements, we are privileged to have you, sir, and also honored to have all the construction professionals who are logging in. In fact, Ramco Cements Limited is presently having a capacity of 16.5 million tons, and we have various expansions which has been going on at various places, like one at Kolaghat, expansion of 1 million to 2 million tons per annum, and then we have a new grinding unit coming up at Odisha, which is expected to be commissioned in the year 2020, and then we have a new integrated plant coming up at Kurnool district, and an expansion at Vizag unit. So altogether, we are expecting a expansion of 20 million tons per annum. So that is the overview of Ramco Cements Limited, and we have a strong presence in Eastern India as well, apart from in South India. So Odisha and West Bengal, we had many speakers earlier for the webinar as well. And in the forthcoming webinars also, starting from tomorrow, we would be having number of webinars till May 3rd on various topics. So over to you, sir, and you can start sharing your screen. I will just disable my screen so that you can share your screen for the presentation. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Anu, for your sweet words. So myself, as you have introduced, I am Professor P.C. SWAIN. I am from VSS Burla. As you know, the civil engineers are very important persons in the society, and as rightly told, God created the world and gave to civil engineers to maintain. So the challenges also are enormous for civil engineers. And here we'll discuss how to address those challenges and solve those challenges while enjoying the service, because we are the persons who are serving the society. And
there is icon for sharing the screen. Share content is there. The third icon. Yes. We are able to see. You can make it slideshow. If you can make it slideshow, it would be visible.
Is it visible?
Yeah, now it's visible. All right.
So just now I was telling that yes, civil engineers are very important persons in the society, and when we are important, also the responsibility comes to us. So when we are getting the challenges to solve, so the challenges which are to be solved are to be understood first, because as human being, we do many things. Many times we are unable to understand what we are doing. So as civil engineers, as a professor of civil engineering, I'm involved not only in teaching, also in field, guiding the R&D and also field engineers, urban and rural sectors. So based on the problems faced by them while sharing, I have prepared few slides like this. So first, the presentation will be the problems faced by the society. Then challenges in the office and site faced by the engineers with respect to engineering, managerial, and personal aspects. Then we'll address the current issues, which are to be tackled by the civil engineers.
Okay.
So first one, to address the problems faced by the society. If we discuss about the high building energy consumption, first one, as you know, the carbon footprint in the world is highest, and the building industry is responsible for enormously responsible for this. Around 32% of the carbon footprint is due to building energy consumption. I'm not discussing about the construction only. In addition to construction, it is for the maintenance and the use of energy in the building. So like lighting, heating, cooling, and running of appliances. That's how, for a sustainable building industry, we have to address this in a very thoughtful way. And that is the responsibility of the civil engineers to think and educate the people. So that the carbon concentration, carbon dioxide concentration will not be increasing, and it will be under control. Because as you know, the negative impact of the fossil fuel burning and for energy production leads to pollution, global warming, and the habitat loss, which is unsustainable. So this is very important for our sustenance of the globe and ourselves. Then comes the increased soil erosion. This is very important, as if we are just going for civil engineers, think about soil erosion. It seems to be a very small topic, but if I go on talking about this, there will be no end to this, because without soil we can't move, we can't think of our sustenance. So due to soil erosion, many things happen. The various responsible factors for soil erosion are, as you know, overgrazing, cultivation practices, deforestation, and channel dredging, urban development, etc., etc. So due to which there is an increased soil loss, and as we know, the top soil around 30 centimeter or 1 foot of top soil is fertile, and it is more fertile, around 1.3 to 5 times more fertile than the left behind soil.
Sir, there is a, can you just be a little bit louder, because the audio is not clear. If you can sit closer to the speaker and yeah, because it is not audible.
So I should use the appliance.
Okay. Whichever way, because if you can be a little bit louder, because many of the participants' sound is not clear, they say. Presentation is clear.
Now, am I audible, clear?
Yeah, now it's okay. Now a bit okay.
Oh, thank you, Anil, for helping me.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I let me go for two words on soil erosion, because the soil erosion leads to not only for the loss of land for agricultural land, but also it goes for siltation or sedimentation of reservoirs, river mouths, and also goes for reducing the crop productivity. So there is huge loss of soil, and you'll be astonished that of us might be knowing that around 10 hectares of agricultural land is lost every minute. 10 hectares of agricultural land is lost every minute. Very important to note. And around 50% of which is due to soil erosion. It's a point to ponder. So as Pimentel in 93 has described that the fertile soil, if it is lost, then it's very difficult to give.
Sir, it is, we are not able to hear, sir. We are not able to hear. I think it's better without the this thing itself. Yeah, without the earphone, you can have it. It was better earlier. Yeah.
So okay,
now it is. Yes, if you can be a little bit near the laptop.
Yeah, closer to the speaker.
Yes, yeah, that would be better. Yes, now it's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, now it's okay, sir.
Okay. So the reduction in the productivity, agricultural productivity, and the reduction in irrigation efficiency, sedimentation of reservoirs and rivers and river mouth uh, leads to huge investment for regaining that. So next, if you go for inadequate water quality, this water quality, as we know, it's required not only for human beings but for animals. And here, the civil engineers have to think a lot because several million tons of toxins are released into the water bodies per year, which is responsible for death of aquatic animals. Toxic substances are accumulated and they go up in the food chain. Even the DDT and PCB are found in the animal tissues, and also the cancer, heart abnormalities, etc., due to the inadequate water quality or the polluted water. Next, thinking process should go towards the groundwater, untapped or depleting. So also this is one headache that untapped groundwater is there, and also depleting groundwater in cities and untapped groundwater in the rural areas. Due to untapped groundwater, people are not getting enough water for their irrigation and also for the drinking purpose or municipal use. Next, the headache is for increasing traffic congestion. So as we are going ahead, we are increasing our transportation facilities. So soon we see that the roads are becoming narrower or congestion starts because roads attract development. They tell, there is a saying, roads, the cities are called roads because they depend on as you go on providing the traffic facility, traffic movement facility by roads, the cities are developing. So here is, we have to ponder over the bottlenecks, traffic incidents, work zones, where we can address in a by thinking ahead that how to address these issues. Then comes the lower safety at construction sites. Okay. It's not only in India but worldwide at construction sites, the safety is very less, and we have to think of about this. These are the problems which are faced by the society. Then comes the role of civil engineers.
So basically in the first slide you had highlighted about energy, water, depleting groundwater, safety issues and traffic congestion as the main problems which are faced by the society. That is a good, I think, yeah. That are the current problems that are faced by all of them.
All of these people, and only civil engineers can help them.
Correct.
To address these issues. And here is a big role of civil engineers, and we should not be callous about this.
True.
So direct, Anil.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
About the engineering challenges, direct hit to the civil engineers.
Okay.
With respect to surveying, direct involvement.
Correct.
In surveying, lot of things are there. The technology is growing. Here you see we have gone up to DGPS. We can measure up to fraction of a millimeter with the DGPS. Still then, the government sectors and many private sectors also are not having enough updated instruments or state-of-the-art instruments for which the civil engineers are facing a lot of trouble. So here is my submission is that please tell your organization the investment is not much, but you have to pose that yes, we need at least 1 or 2 DGPS. Total stations we are using, okay, but DGPS is still having higher accuracy and flexibility. Then about the design, my experience is that the field engineers are not to go for design, but still then we have to check whether the design is safe or not. If you see the drawing, there is a small mention with a very small writing that applicable for the given site as per the site condition. So as per the site condition means what is SPC? First you have to see and start checking whether the foundation is correct or not, and so on. So my request is please love those books, design books or design charts, and start checking one or two so that our position, the civil engineer's position, will be correct, good, and strong. Then comes estimating. In estimating, if you go for now, this is exposed to everyone that we can use computational techniques for higher speed in estimating, and then comes the drawing. If you are going for drawing, reading a drawing is it's very difficult for many civil engineers. So the drawing, because the drawing is called the language of engineers. So we should understand. Before going to a site, my request is go through the drawing, because once you are giving a verdict, it is just like the verdict of God. Because a civil engineer, if a civil engineer makes a mistake, if a doctor makes a mistake, 1 or 2 or 100 people will die. But if a civil engineer makes a mistake, hundreds, thousands, and lakhs of people will die. So that's why my request is go through the drawing. Let us go through the drawing clearly. If we are not able to grasp, then consult the higher officer or the person who has supplied the drawing, so that we will not make a mistake in the field. Then comes the supervision. During supervision, the civil engineer is the king. The first and foremost important person is the civil engineer. So before going to the field, my request is, as a professor and a human being, I should request that yes, go for the details of the drawing and think ahead. I'll tell you, due to the bad construction of humps or roundlets on the road, we are getting a curse or we are getting a blessing. So be vigilant. Keep an open eye. Your eye is open, and listen to the people before you go for a supervision and after the supervision also.
I think fair enough, sir. These are some of the challenges which are being faced by civil engineers right from the field level in terms of surveying, design, estimating, drawing, and supervision. In fact, even when we are also interacting with many construction professionals, we have seen the degree of supervision in fact plays a vital role, whether it is in concreting or whether it is in safety of the construction structures, or whether it is because communication as well as supervision are two important things which needs to be practiced at site, because it's very difficult to implement, although it's very easier to say. As you rightly pointed out, this is one challenge that needs to be addressed. Very true.
Because you see, you are right, Anil. Because you see, everything, surveying is over, design is over, estimating over, drawing over, everything is right.
Correct.
But finally, if we are unable to supervise correctly with a bold step, I tell you, those days when we are two of the professors were supervising a building, casting of a roof of a building with our students, we faced a lot of trouble, because it's not electrical engineering or this reinforcement. Everything is to be cast in situ. So my friends, my civil engineering friends, civil engineers, you should be very cautious, because either you will get a curse or a blessing where I going for a good supervision. Yeah. Next slide. Okay. So let's go for the managerial challenges. It's very important. Because each civil engineer is a manager himself or herself. Correct. While managing the challenges, as we have seen in the previous slides, we come across the contractors, workers, senior officials, junior officials, and administrators. The contractors or agencies are most important persons for us. If a civil engineer gets a good contractor or a good agency, more than 50% of the work is done. True. Yes, you are to make him your friend. Correct. Don't fight. Make him a friend so that he will be tension free without stress.
How do we collaborate with the contractor is the that determines the success.
Yes, I think the contractors or agencies as your children. Correct. Children or friends. so that they can woo their heart, because they are most important persons for us. They will be going for arranging main materials and also money, and then invest and give them the justice by releasing the amount in time and passing the bill in time, so that they will be affectionate. This is the first point which I should address. Then comes the workers. We are to, as engineers, we are to also sometimes go to the workers level, read their heart, so that the people will be involved. As we discuss in the maintenance work, that this is a teamwork. Construction is also teamwork. If workers start cheating, nobody can help us.
Because even in now, sir, even in this era now, whatever crisis we are facing presently, I think if we are able to take care of the workers, then the post the crisis, I think many of the problems that the construction sites are going to face would be resolved. Because many places you will find that workers would be a critical parameter for the success of construction projects as well as its schedule. That is more critical.
If we think of this point, the workers, once they see the engineer,
correct,
the mason or the other workers, they think that yes, we have done a lot of work in various fields.
correct.
And now one engineer has come. We have seen many engineers. That's not the point. It varies from place to place, site to site, and the building to building, or the bridge to bridge. But this is not understood by those poor fellows. So first we are to bring them into confidence.
Correct.
Few sweet words will be enlighten them. Sir आए थे, वो बाबू जो आए थे ना, वो sir जो आए थे, he was very good. He told me that I know this. These one or two words will encourage them, so that our work will be done. So sometimes the engineers becomes very harsh to the contractor and also the workers. Please, my request is, don't be harsh, because you are God. In front of them, you are God. You are parents. You are senior, and you are the officer in front of them. So take care of them. But when senior officials come into the picture, then comes the senior officials. So while talking to the senior officials, we should be very bold. Light, the face is visible. Anil?
That is visible. Yes, sir. It is visible. Only thing is that you can just have, yeah. It's okay.
Light is behind me. I should not change now.
Correct. Okay. True. This is okay. This is all right.
While discussing with the senior officials, see, many senior officials are sometimes become arrogant, or they may not be in a good mood. We should read their mind and start grasping the knowledge. We should grasp the knowledge from them. It's not to fight with them, and neither the senior official wants to fight with us. So the thing is that we should be having an open mind while discussing the senior officials with respect to the technology and the details of the drawing, design, etc. So that we'll be learning a lot. This is not only for junior engineers in the preliminary stage, but also for senior engineers. So please open up your doubts, so that we will not make a mistake.
Correct.
While discussing, Anil, do you want to talk something?
No, it's okay. In fact, one of the participants was just remarking that many of the engineers who are coming out of the colleges nowadays also need to be given this managerial perspective, so that they are able to coordinate with workers, contractors, and officials and administrators very effectively. So apart from technical knowledge that is being imparted to engineering college students, I think a bit of managerial perspective would also help them. So that is one of the point being made by one of the attendees here.
I see. So with respect to this, I want to talk in our education, in our curriculum, we have various topics like managerial skills, like they tell OB, organizational behavior. In organizational behavior, we teach these things. And also in many classes, you'll be happy to know that 4 to 5 minutes in alternate classes like that, we inspire the students how to manage in the field and also how to manage themselves. Few things are also the way which I am telling here, I also teach like that in the class.
Yeah,
so the students are open. The students are good, also performing well. So thank you for the comment. So while dealing with junior officials,
yes,
for the junior officials, it is more critical. Junior officials need love, affection, and our blessings. So let's not be harsh, because sometimes there is a hierarchy in the field. There is one hierarchy. Chief engineer is a god in front of the assistant engineers, isn't it? It's like that. But all of us are friends, you see.
yeah.
So when dealing with the junior officials, we should be compassionate. Think them as our children and our students. So just like in a class, few professors go with a very harsh mind and also frowning face. The 50% of the students are down. They'll close their mind. But if you go with a smiling face and start teaching, people will be able to interact with you. They'll be happy.
Yeah.
By that, professor doesn't lose anything, but we gain. Like that, when we are senior engineers, so be affectionate to the junior engineers. They'll be thrilled to learn from you, or else they'll close their mind.
Yeah, it is more to do with empathy and all that, emotional intelligence.
Empathy. I have seen, sir, during my field visit, Mahavir tells something.
Okay.
Okay. So during my field visit, I have seen the engineers telling, "Oh, you have passed from this institute, and you don't know this thing, that thing," in front of us. But a person is disgraced.
What Mr. Mahavir is telling is that you should fix some internship for engineering college students so that this kind of problems can be resolved. That is the point that he is trying to make.
Very good, Mahavir. Thank you. Many students are going for internship. Many students are going, and recently we have changed our curriculum before 1 year, and you'll be happy to know that the engineering college students are going for 2 internships.
All right.
Not only in the 3rd year, 2nd year and 3rd year, and in the final year, we will be going for a jury, and they will be facing that, and one of them will be the field engineers. Here we get chief engineer or AC from a department, line department, and the professors sit and judge the students. So gradually we are picking up. Anil, this I should tell you, thank you, because this becomes an industry institute interaction. I'll go for enhancing because as the dean, I'll be putting your views into my curriculum also.
Sure. I think that would, because from the industry, that interaction, as you rightly point out, industry academic interaction plays a very pivotal role in overcoming these managerial challenges, especially for those civil engineers, budding civil engineers who are coming out of the college. A very valid point made by you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Then comes about the administrators. This is very important. Administrators. Sometimes we tell also, engineers are great. Administrators are great. No one is great here, no one is smaller. So everyone is great, isn't it? Because our objective is to serve the society.
True.
Our prime objective is to serve the society. If that is fulfilled, so if a person is chiding me or hurting me, it doesn't matter. If I am able to serve society, my purpose is served. So don't bother about chiding, or a person has. I have seen many engineers completely zeroed down by the official. The collector goes for a visit or another. So they are demoralized. Don't be demoralized. Enjoy chiding, because it's very difficult to observe, but that is the part of life.
Correct.
So by that, you'll see, once you observe, they tell that our patience level is going on. By that we are getting on better attribute. Well, so yes, we can ventilate afterwards. We can ventilate afterwards or after the discussion is over, like that. But don't be demoralized. So
I think, sir, under 30 minutes is over, so that if you can just run through your slides, because under 30 more minutes are left.
I'm looking at the watch.
Yeah.
I'm also monitoring myself.
Okay.
Completing time. Thank you, Anil. So I'll be going to the next slide. That is personal challenges.
Okay.
Here comes the work environment and combating stress. These are very two important slides. Work environment, as I have told you, just discussed, that work environment is created by the engineer. Civil engineer is the most important person and has a vital role to go for an environment. Either we will spoil the environment or we will make the environment live. Once we arrive in the field, the people will be thrilled to see us, or they will fear. That is created by us. Next, about combating stress comes to us, comes to me, because I am a manager. First, I should manage my stress. As field engineers, lot of stress comes from the administrator, from, as we have discussed, the laborers, contractors, and fellow persons, seniors, juniors, etc. Then let's think of what is that stress. Am I stressed?
Okay.
Am I irritated? Am I easily upset over small events? Am I feeling isolated or withdrawn from my peers or loved ones? Am I unhappy with myself? Am I feeling worthlessness? If anyone or many of them are there, then there is a stress. Whether I tell that I am stressed or not, but there is a stress. These are the stress symptoms and parameters. And physically, if I am experiencing sleeplessness, irregular eating, difficulty in breathing, low energy, lack of concentration, loss of interest, and overtiredness, all these are physically, if you are experiencing, then I am stressed. So then if I am stressed, what to do?
Okay.
Give some time for exercise and yogasanas, healthy coping strategies. I am a teacher of stress management. That's why I have added few things here.
Okay.
I am also
That's
practicing
good.
these things.
All right.
Practicing these. So exercise and yogasanas, downtime for self-care, balancing the work and play, make the play work, make the work play. So and start meditating for a few minutes in a day. So these will help you in coping the stress, so that at least you might be knowing that if I am angry, 10 to 100 brain cells die. If I am vigorously angry, more than 1,000 brain cells or neurons, they die. So why to kill my brain cells which are not regenerated? Whatever is there in the childhood, that is going on decreasing. So let us bless ourselves by going for such things. So for that, how to address? It's very simple. Simplify. It's human nature to take on too much tasks, responsibilities, and to have too much and to own too much. Let's find a way to simplify life. Change the lifestyle. Let's get rid of waste baggages in our house and our life. Waste things. वो इसी दिन वो बोला था, वो ऑफिसर मुझे इतना गाली दिया था, वो those waste things don't keep in the mind. Make your mind free. Before going to bed, throw them out and go to a better sleep.
So what you are trying to say is that whenever there are challenges a civil engineering is facing, I think you have brought a different perspective to that, and on ways how, as a person or as a civil engineer, how they can face those challenges. I think some of the very good points that you have touched upon. So a civil engineer, from a personal perspective, what he can do. Very, very true. Very true. Nice points.
Finally, we are human beings.
Correct.
And I have a family. I have a heart, I have a mind, brain. So why to hamper that? First, some 5 minutes of exercise in the morning, and 1 or 2 years for pranayams and asanas will make my body free and mind free. So, and most important thing is simplify the life. This is very important. Simple living, high thinking. So that will be very good for us.
True.
Now, let's go to the final touch to the current issues.
Okay.
And the current issue is addressing COVID-19 in offices and public places and on-site construction. This is very important for our civil engineers, because now you see the sites will be open and many laborers will be working, and how to handle them in a better way, so that will be safe and they will also be safe. Very important points to be taken care of in the offices and public places. Clean the places and rooms, instruct and arrange, reorganize the sitting arrangements, so that at least 3 feet distance will be there between a separation of at least 3 feet. Sanitizers be available everywhere, and use the elbow to open the doors if possible. Don't compel the workers to come. Next, educate yourself and others for prevention regarding the use of staircases and lifts, environmental discipline.
Yeah.
Avoid travel and large get together up to 3 to 6 months. Any comment, Anil?
These are some of the very valid points that you have made, sir, for the current crisis, because once the lockdown is eased in many of the places, I think many of the construction sites should be following this tips that you have given, because until unless this is not followed, I think it can be a very big crisis. So I think whatever points you have given here is very valid, and it has to be implemented at the practical sites. Very valid, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anil, you see, now what we have observed, many people are not able to accept that, yes, the scenario like China and Italy will be coming to India. So still they are thinking that nothing is there and nothing is there. We are safe, but we should remain safe, and we should not come to that stage.
True.
Okay, that's the point. That's why I have arranged this.
Very valid.
Next point is on-site construction. That is for the office. Now on-site construction. When you go to the construction site, everything is open. Nobody wears a mask. That's why let's educate the field persons, managers, and laborers. What is that virus? Tell few words, sweet words to them when you visit the site. Then why lockdown? Why should we? Why there was a lockdown? Give few examples of Italy, USA, and the severity of the problem, so that people will be cautious. They will appreciate. And the physical distancing of 3 to 6 feet out from each person. And that's where temperature screening and health checkups intermittently. And the use of masks and hand washing. Okay. Stagger the timing for lunch. Staggering of launch time. So when we go for such things, it becomes difficult in the site. True. But it is not at all difficult if we educate them. So if we go for the field, in the field, while moving in the field, we should be very cautious, because we don't know who is infected, who is not infected. So as a civil engineer, we should be very cautious, because we will go from one field, one visit to the other visit. Before 3 days, I visited a site, one building site. The persons called me for some interaction. I was wearing a mask.
All right.
No, neither the house owner, his wife, nor the children, nor the contractor. We are going to a new site. Okay. They were without mask. So I took few words to them that yes, so when the Prime Minister is folding the hand before us, when the Chief Minister folds the hand, there is some logic. We should give them prestige, give prestige, because they are thinking of us. And immediately they started, because the masks were in the pocket, they are not using. So these are few things which we should think of, and so that our engineers, civil engineers, will be safe and safely handling, and also their family will be okay. They will be okay in health and healthy. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think what you have covered is, the challenges that a civil engineer faces, right from planning till the project is handed over. And you have touched upon very vital issues, which is valid today. In fact, what you have said correctly is that in spite of all the instructions that is being given, what is important is whether it is being followed or not. Because the example that you gave, that when you went to a small site and many of them were not wearing, I think that is a very valid point, and we must ensure that it is being followed, because at construction site, until unless the health of the workers is not being taken care of, I think there will not be prosperity. So health of the workers and how they should remain healthy is a very valid point that you have given. In fact, recently what we have also done at Ramco Cement, we have been distributing a lot of medical equipments, masks and gloves and all that. In fact, even to the Orissa government also, we had given a lot of, we have procured a lot of medical equipments, everything from Palakkad, Hyderabad, and it was sent to the Orissa government.
Oh, great.
So,
Great.
yes, Ramco Cement has done that.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. In fact, for Odisha government itself, and for the various medical colleges, because we understand that in this time of crisis, until this organization like us also should support. So similar supports we have given to other states as well. Whether it is Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, West Bengal, and all that, we have given a lot of support in terms of how to handle the workers and how to ensure that they are taken care of. Because as you rightly pointed out,
Nice.
yeah, the workers have to be taken care of all that. So this is a very valid point that you have given, sir. Yes, sir. You were about to tell something?
Yeah, Anil.
Yes, sir.
Anil, I should be thankful to you that
Your organization.
I was thinking, your organization has taken a very vital step towards the society.
Okay.
Not only to the construction world. If you have thought of the people as your brothers and sisters or children, that's great. That's great.
In fact, there was a webinar about 3-4 days back, sir, and the speaker was talking about the risks associated with construction. The various risks that can come, and how do we actually accept the risk or avoid those risks, or else otherwise, how to mitigate those risks. So he was talking about that. So now the risk, how to mitigate the risk, and what are the various challenges that you have spoken about. I think it becomes a very good complement with each other, and that's where this topic of such interest, I think, will go very well with many of the civil engineers who are working at sites, and especially those who are hearing us now. I think they should make plans to implement them at site. That is very important, and that you have touched upon. Now, apart from this,
there is a question, Anil. There is a
please.
question, I think, how to improve the reading of drawing.
Correct.
Very true.
You want to add something to that, sir? How, because Mr. Kailash Shakti Kumar has put that question, how we improve our drawing knowledge. A very, very important, very challenge to many of the construction professionals who are coming out of the civil engineering colleges nowadays. Please add some.
So, Revizita has asked something.
Okay.
So let me tell about the drawing first.
Sure, sir. Sure.
See, as I have told you, the drawing is the language of engineers. We have started teaching the drawing from the first semester itself. First semester, second semester, then civil engineering drawing, building drawing, and etc. etc. So the rudiments of the fundamentals of drawing, and many things we have not taught also, because you see, now you are experts in the field, you know better than us. So, but with the fundamentals of the foundation, you are growing. So as a civil engineer, if you give few minutes of time, give some justice to the drawing, read the drawing, start analyzing what is this, what is that, then you will be able to see that. you able to see that we are winning. The very difficulty with the civil engineers is that they have no time. They are involved in many things, many sites. Yeah. So when you are going to a site, sit with your engineer friend or yourself for at least 1 hour. Give justice to your drawing for 1 hour, and there you will see that you are able to read the drawing, because in the drawing, the lines, the reinforcement details, the concrete, the specification of concrete, everything is written. Everything is written. So only thing is that we have to pick up and correlate these to that.
Okay.
For that, we have to give some quality time.
Very, very valid point, sir. Thank you so much for clarifying that. And I think most of this thing has been taken care of. And thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful session of yours. In fact, for the benefit of the audience, we would also like to inform them that there are some useful forthcoming webinars that is going to come up starting from tomorrow. That is tomorrow at 10 a.m. there is going to be a webinar on smart cities, which is very much of interest to civil engineers. So smart cities related to that, I think a holistic approach would be given by a speaker, Dr. Mona Shah. So that is being scheduled at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and in the afternoon we have one more session towards the evening at 4 p.m. That is more related to construction related, quality related problems. So that would be taken by Dr. Balasubramaniam. So tomorrow we have got two webinars, one in the morning session at 10 a.m. and the other during the evening, that is at 4 p.m. So one related to smart cities and the second related to practical issues relating to quality of concrete. And then day after tomorrow, that is May 1st, we have a session on durability in concrete in the evening. Again, that is being taken by Dr. Nagendra. Then May 2nd also we have one more webinar on modern construction practices. So, and May 3rd we have a webinar on ferro cement. So these are some of the webinars that we as an organization have taken initiative, because we understand that this is the time when all of us need to connect with each other. So that is why we have brought a galaxy of speakers, both from academics as well as from construction field, those who are structural consultant, project management consultants. So we have brought them also as panel discussion and all those things. So we have a combination of all these webinars, which is going to come up in the days to come. And I am sure that webinars of this kind would go a long way in enriching the knowledge of the construction professionals and preparing them for averting the crisis that all of us are facing now. And I am sure that all of us would come as winners, because at the end of it, there is a lot of opportunity which we can see, and all of us would come as winners. And with those words, I thank you, sir, for having accepted our invitation, Professor Saab. You have taken off valuable time from your busy schedule, and you have joined us. Thank you so much. We also thank all the attendees who have taken off their time, and nice to be here. And let me also thank our IT team, Mr. Karthikeyan from both the sides, who have been able to coordinate with the speakers as well as for having given us this platform. Because without this platform, I am sure that we would not be able to communicate with each other. And this platform is helping us to communicate with each other. And most of them, it's very easy to post the questions and all that. And we are also able to fix the, stick to the timings. That is very important. And that is I think.
You gave me a signal, and I completed before time. So that.
Very thank you so much, sir. Yeah. True. So because the attention span is so small, nowadays.
Anil, many compliments are for you. Okay. I should thank the participants for giving compliments to our session. Thank you again. Thanks not only to Anil and his organization Ramco, but to the participants who are the most important persons for us. So that the knowledge dissemination will be there and will grow.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. So with those words, let us take leave of each other. And let us join tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Smart City webinar, the link of which would be sent to all of you. I'm sure that our MACE engineers, our technical services engineers who are posted at different places would be getting in touch with you and would be sending the link by WhatsApp or by email. So with those words, thanks a lot and all the best. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.